And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Well, good morning, friends, and what a foggy morning it is. Here's our view here in Providence, and you can see we've got the low clouds just hanging out right at the ground level. But I can tell you that our visibility here has actually improved a little bit. We'll take a look at the visibilities around the region. How about now? Our visibility is what we're looking for on this graphic, are visibilities of a quarter mile or less. A quarter mile is the number we look for, like we're finding in many communities. That lets us know that it will impact our early commute. So if you are an early morning commuter, if you're leaving before 8 a.m., you will want to leave yourself a little extra time to get where you're headed because that visibility is low enough to impact road travel. Or not, you do you. We've got temperatures in the 60s to start. We also have our dew points in the 60s too. And when our temperature and our dew point meet up, which is what's happening across the region, it means something's happening. And right now, it's that fog that's going on. One additional thing, we have near calm to calm winds, and that's the third ingredient to produce really locally dense fog. And well, we've got that. At the upper levels, we have clouds too. This is attributed to a cold front that's coming in and will be going through. So we're not dealing with that stationary front. Now it's coming through as a cold front. Now cold fronts tend to have a lot of energy. And if you're going to make thunderstorms, you need three things: heat, moisture, and energy. Well, our temperatures are about 10 degrees warmer than average. And we've got these dew points that are really muggy in the 60s. And that front is essentially a ribbon of energy. So we'll have all the ingredients in place to give us a chance of thunderstorms. And in fact, our friends at the Severe Storms Labs are giving us a marginal chance of picking up severe weather. For us, that's going to lean heavily on the potential for heavy rain. We have the possibility of seeing 1 to 2 inches of rainfall as the front moves through, so some downpours. We also have the chance of seeing even locally higher amounts in any thunderstorms that we see. But the good news is that once it goes by, we're finally done with this pattern, and we go into a really nice place of comfortable conditions and a good deal of sunshine. As we go from Thursday to Friday, though, I wanted to point out the clouds out here. You see them back up? Those are upper level clouds associated with Hurricane Lee, and Hurricane Lee is expected to turn today to the north. The stats for Lee right now have it as a major Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 115 miles per hour. Again, projected to take that turn to the north, brushing by Bermuda as a Category 1 hurricane as we look to Friday. And then once we get into the weekend, passing by southern New England as a Category 1 hurricane. Now, the deal with this storm is that our latest model estimates have jogged it just the slightest bit to the west. Now, the track is going to determine if we're going to get into the really high tropical storm hurricane strength winds. It will also determine if we start to get into some of those really high levels of rain, putting us back into the flooding situation. We know we're going to see high surf. It's already been building and will continue to do so as we go into the weekend and that storm passes us by. But we're also expecting wind in this, and our latest model estimates are showing the Cape have the potential of seeing some really hefty wind gusts. So the possibility of wind gusts maxing out Friday night, Saturday morning, 40 plus miles per hour for most of the region. Yeah, definitely possible. And even higher out on the Cape because that'll be closer to the center of that storm where the higher winds are located. Now, if there's any change in that track and it jogs the slightest bit more to the west, it takes this type of wind and shoves that to the west. So no doubt, this is a storm we're going to be watching very carefully for you between now and then when that picture starts to really crystallize on your forecast. So here's our extended forecast. Between here and when we're expecting Lee, we have some really nice conditions for Thursday. Just a really pleasant day. Mostly sunny. We're going to break that humidity, and we're looking at dew points that will be very comfortable. In fact, the comfortable dew point range will be with us wherever we